Hi everyone, good to have each and every one of you on our live session this evening. And we all know today we're going to be having the grass to grace story of one of my very own called Dominion Ladi Paul. Yes, once we have her right here on the screen, we're going to add her to this live. Okay, all right. But before we have Dominion come on, how was your day? How was the grinding? How was it? How was it? How was it? Go to the comment section. How was it? How was it? How's the grinding today? For me, I hit my goal for today, and I always say it's very important before you set up for the next day. This evening, before you go to bed, make sure you write the goal for tomorrow. Make sure you write what you want to achieve tomorrow. If not, tomorrow will come and go. So yes, if you did not write your goals today, you have another grace. So make sure you write your goal today before you go to bed. This is what I want to achieve tomorrow. This is what I want to achieve tomorrow. So that you start your day early and bright and you achieve your goal. Okay, we have Miss Paul Dominion here, and she'll be joining on this live where she'll be telling us her story, her grass to grace story. Awesome, yes. So wherever you are, I want you to show some love to Dominion Paul as we have her on the live session with us. Hello, Dominion. How are you?
Hi.
Yeah, I'm super excited to have you on this live session.
Yeah, you look so beautiful.
Thank
You look so
you, thank
smart.
you, thank you. Okay, I'm sure a lot of people are really itching to hear your story. I'm sure they'll be wondering, how you telling me a 20 years old bought a GLA 2016 model, brand new, as in, and it's not no man, no boyfriend, no girlfriend, no as in hard earned money. As in, yes, I'm sure they are all itching to hear your story, and I'll help you with that. Let's start with you telling us what your background was all about, so that they get the big picture from to know where you're coming from.
Okay, all right. So thank you very much. So my background is a very humble
No
one.
sugar
So
daddy, oh yes, sorry. Continue then.
yes, very humble one. Now, my mom is somebody who, beautiful lady, no educational background. But as at then, it doesn't really matter. In fact, her parents could not even afford to send her to school. That was why they sent her other siblings. She basically worked for them to go to school. So when it was time to get married, only hope in life was to just settle down into a comfortable home so she can, just rest and just take care of herself. Then she got married to my dad, who happened to have a job, works in Abuja, he was doing work for himself. That was a dream come true for her. There was no need to plan. There was no need to do anything. Then they got married. And of course, as time went on, they started having issues here and there. And at some point, they just decided, I'm not going to do it again. I'm not going to do it again. Everybody wanted to go there. Yeah. But at this point, they had 2 kids, right? 2 kids. So somebody had to take up that responsibility, and my father was not even going anywhere close to the responsibility. And my mom said, no, I need my children. I'm going to go with my children. And she was making that decision purely out of sentiment, because she was not financially stable anyway. She doesn't even have any source of income, right? But she has 2 kids that she had to take care of, plus herself. Now, the little savings she had before the marriage, she rented an apartment. I don't even know if I can call it an apartment.
I'm sure if they go to the next our previous post, they'll know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's one tiny room apartment, like one tiny room, and we had to do this small bathroom, and that was where we're living. Now, after renting that apartment, the only money she had left on her was 3,500. I mean, this was a story that we knew from time. And she had 2 kids, myself and my younger sister, who were crying constantly on her that they are hungry. You cannot even tell she just they are crying, I'm hungry, I'm hungry. At some point, I remember so many times my mother would just break down because she didn't know what to do. She didn't know how to go about any of the responsibilities that she had, she would just be crying in front of us because she could not hold it
Wow.
anymore, and would join cry. So crazy. So I basically grew up watching my mom work so hard. I basically grew up watching her struggle to pay, you know, even the commonest of bill, even to pay NEPA bill of like 500, we have to like plan towards it. That's how bad it was, because I can't afford to lose even a dime. There was one day while selling at the market, we saw ugu in the market. I lost 1,000 naira to a customer. You know, one customer just came and said, I'm going to, he said, do you have change? 1,900. I said, yes, sir. He said, okay, give me the 900. I was so young and I gave him the 900. Then he said, okay, you don't
1,000.
bring the ugu, make I go collect the 1,000. Then I gave him the ugu 100 naira. I gave him the 900 and he left. I waited for him to come back and give me 1,000. He did not come. My mother was coming back to the market. I was already shaking. I told her that I'd lost 1,000. She almost killed me. My mother started crying in the market. She said, Dominion, you wish me. Because the profits we're going to make that day was not even up to 1,000 naira. And I threw it away. It was crazy.
That was practically her game.
Yeah, and I've just dashed it away to one stranger. It was crazy. Growing up was crazy. We struggled to do everything. We really struggled. It was so crazy.
I'm sure your environment was already a force that made you say, okay, no, I can't settle for this. No, my next 10, 20 years, I can't have my children in this kind of environment. I had to do something different, right? Okay, so what changed? What changed? What changed?
So honestly, the truth about coming out from a very low income environment is that you cannot even dream. That's just the problem. Many people who come some level of poverty, you see them, they come for presentation, they come and you show them opportunity to get mentorship and move themselves forward. They are not even interested. It is because their mind is unable to dream. They cannot dream. I come where I remember this girl, Rita. She was my very close friend. We grew up together. She was so smart. She was always my competition in school, way smarter than I. She got pregnant at the age of 16.
Wow.
Why did she get pregnant? She was looking for 500 naira, 1,000 naira to buy, you know, some normal things that ladies need, and it was just crazy. So where people are, the aspiration people have for you is that you don't sabi read, but yes, okay, you go learn hairdressing or you go learn tailoring. There was no way to start. The day I told my mom I wanted to be a doctor, so this was how it happened. We went to the hospital. I was not feeling fine. Then the doctor asked me, "What do you want to be?" And I'm like, "I want to be a medical doctor." He was like, "Wow, this is nice. Okay, so you know you have to study hard. In fact, which kind of medicine?" And I said neurosurgery. He said you have to go abroad. My mother did not say anything. She was just listening. When we came outside, she's like, "Domi, I don't know what you tell that doctor, but I'm nothing you go read."
Oh my goodness. I said this to a lot of people. Your environment can make or mar you. Very important.
Yeah. No. She practically said, "Now nothing you go read." She said, "I don't get money for medicine. No, I don't get money for medicine. Now nothing you go read." Right? So that was the hard question then. But when I started, and in fact, what happened was that when I left school, we were actually struggling to, you know, send me to school. My mom said I had to wait. She was not happy saying it. She had been thinking, there's no money. So she said I had to wait. But in the waiting period, I had to start looking for how to raise money, how to work and gather money for myself. And I got into this job where I was working as a house help and a sales girl on a salary of 20,000. Now, for those of you that know Abuja, I live in Duse, right? And I say Wuse Market. So going alone is about 200 from the junction, but you have to take bike down, so it's like 300 everything. Then going and coming is like 600. So at the end of the month, I was spending around 18,000 on transportation, and I was spending and yeah, that was transportation alone. Salary was 20,000.
20,000.
Barely saving, but I was committed to that job, right? Very committed. One of the main reasons was because of the promises the lady I was working with was making to my mom. She just made my mom felt like there's no problem, I can take care of Dominion. What's there? You know, my mom was so happy. In fact, she was just, her destiny helper had come, somebody that will help her. She was so happy. But we're just naive, because when time to go to school came, lady said that I could not stop working. If I stop working, according to her, who was going to clean the house, who was going to do all of this, that it's not that was wickedness. In fact, she made me feel bad that I wanted to stop to go and take jam. And I'm like, no, ma, I've already made up my mind. I want to take jam. She said, okay, no problem. Since you've made up your mind that you're going to stop, come on Monday, let's balance stock. Let me pay you salary. Now that very day was a Saturday, and it was the last day of the month. Every other person had been paid their salary. The stocks were all, everybody knew stock were balanced, but she said, go and come back. Anything. So I said, okay, no problem, mommy. I'll come back on Monday. Then I came back on Monday. I wanted to just collect my salary and go away. I was not expecting any help. I was not expecting help or anything. But when I came, she now said, I've counted everything in my store. This one is missing. That one is missing. One is missing, and Dominion, you have to pay me the money now before you go.
Just to set you up so that you don't go anywhere.
Just crazy. There were about 3 sales girls aside me, so we're 4 in the shop. If anything was even missing, I'm very sure that normally everybody's supposed to pay towards it, but that was not the case. Then fine, honestly, I was begging her. I'm like, but mommy, you know I did not take anything. She said, I know you did not take anything, but if you cannot pay me the money, you can continue working. I'll be taking the money from your.
Wow.
I'm like, no, ma, I have to go. She said, that's not my problem. You have to pay the money if you want to go. If you don't have the money, go and look for it. If you say you want to pay without paying me the money, I will lock you up. She specifically said, I'm going to pay you 100,000 naira to lock you up and wait for your mother to come and beg me for you to continue working. That was the day I knew. That was the day. Now, prior to then, I knew we were poor. I see rich people, I admire people. I see greatness. In fact, I knew we're poor, but there was no problem about it. You know, one day we'll go make them.
You knew it was not for you.
Yeah, that particular day was when everything just changed. I went back home, picked up an ATM that we've never used in our house before. My mother specifically opened that account for school. Everyone dime that came from gas, we were trying to save up for my school. Picked up the ATM, came back to Wisi Market. Those of you that know Wisi Market, there's a Fidelity Bank just by chance close to the police station. Went to that Fidelity Bank. We drew 90% of all the money that took me, my mother, almost a year to save our entire life savings for my school. Came back and gave her the money in cash. She collected it. She was collecting it plus that month's salary, everything disappeared. Now I stood there that day and I was so angry. I was very sad, but I was very angry.
Imagine the pain.
I was not angry at just what was happening. I was angry at our situation. I was angry at the fact I could not fight back. I was angry at the fact that we didn't have a voice. I was angry at the fact I even had to go through this stress to be able to go to school. I was just angry at poverty. I asked myself, I said, wait, my younger sister is in school. She's in secondary school. She's just a few years behind me. What if when she finishes, this is what she will have to do before she continues school? I said, no, God forbid. In fact, that day I took a vow. I said, this will never happen in my family again, never. Wow. I will make sure that this does not repeat itself ever. If somebody has a look of poverty, Paul Dominion Laddie, you're going to be that person and you're going to do and that. Prior till then, I'd seen an opportunity to be mentored by my very own beautiful mentor, Mrs. Vivian Esimai. But I was telling myself in my head that I was too young. I was telling myself that it's not for me. I was telling myself that all the kind of amounts they say I can make if I get mentorship is just too outrageous for me to even phantom.
Yeah.
So let me just and that day I picked up my phone. I called someone I really respect so much, Ambassador Sam, who was the person connecting me to Ambassador Vivian, to tell him that I was ready to get mentorship. I was ready to start my journey to get mentorship. When I called him up, he noticed I was crying. He said, what's wrong? I'm like, no, don't worry, but I'm ready. Now, guys, let me tell you something. You see the lady on your screen? I hope I was my life. You don't. I came to the office that day. This lady doesn't know me from anywhere. That was the first time she would ever meet me. She didn't even want to talk about mentorship or business. She said, Dominion, show me the woman. We're going to lock her up. Show me the woman. Let's go.
I remember.
It was so crazy. In fact, that was what got me so emotional. And I just said, I've never had anybody say that I was going to fight for you before. It was just crazy.
Now, don't make
It
us all teary now because I'm remembering those days vividly.
was
Awesome,
just
awesome.
now at the end of the day, I thought that no, 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 man. What I want is the mentorship, right? I knew one day I was going to come back. See, the greatest form of revenge is success. That's just it.
True.
When people tell you that you cannot do something, or they tell you you cannot amount to anything, you don't need to argue. You don't even need to tell them why you think you can. Just go and get the results. You know, results don't talk much. When you have results, you don't need to talk much, right? Now I keyed into mentorship, and that was the day for me. That was when it all changed, right? It was just that day. Now some of you are here, you are waiting for things to get to that extreme before you make a decision. I'm begging you, please. It doesn't have
Tell them.
to be. I remember a few days ago, someone called me. He called me because someone related to me was sick and there was no money to send this person to the hospital. Now I'm somebody who likes to be very calculated. I don't just do impromptu spendings that way. So I said,
Right.
no, I don't have the money, and I ended the call. Then I didn't feel peace. I called back again and I said, okay, have you gotten the money? And he was explaining. He said, no, I'm still looking for who to borrow me the money. Then I just felt bad. I'm like, okay, how much is it? Then he told me, and I, okay, just send the account number, and I sent. Now this person is the person who is sick is very related to me. I sent the money. The next day, I got a call again, and this time around, when I picked the call, he was like, "Dominion, we lost him. You know, the
Oh.
we lost him." Now, here's the point. I am very, very happy that that boy did not die because nobody could afford to send the money for his treatment. The money came. Because there are some of you right now that you are waiting for your life to get to that point where you look around you, there is no way forward. You don't have, your family members are calling you, bring money, your mother is this, bring money, this one is this, there's an urgency of 1 million naira. You don't have the money,
You
nobody's
don't
there to
have.
give you the, you're not going to forgive yourself. If I didn't send that money because I didn't have the money, I'll never forgive myself, right? But
True.
when you have money, prevent some of all these things, all right? Yeah, thank you. So I think
Okay.
the answer to
Yeah.
just at that point. So it's just at that point.
Okay. So a lot of people will want to know, as a young girl, very young girl running business in Nigeria, how was it that you were not able to compromise?
Oh, that's a very good question. So the thing about that, it's like cheating in life. So when you actually cheat the first time, nobody watched it, nobody caught you, nobody saw it. You think you've escaped it. No, 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 no. One thing I learned very early on in life is that life is always coming back. Anything you give back, you're going to get it back. So when you cheat, you're going to get the result of that cheating. Okay, you cannot cheat principles. You cannot cheat any of these things. I knew very well from a age that I was never going to compromise, especially knowing the environment I came out from. People were expecting me to get pregnant at a very young age. People were expecting that I would. There was somebody there a couple of times where, you know, I want to be prophet will come to my mom and they'll tell my mom how they got a vision and this one. My mom will categorically tell them it's not dominion. You don't understand. It's not dominion. Even till tomorrow, I've still not compromised. It's not dominion, right? So I just knew that was not even an option for me. When you put compromise as part of your option, that is when it becomes a problem, right? But when you make sure that it's not even part of your option, I promise you, your brain is going to bring out solutions for you. All right. So as a young person who was in business, of course, there were times where I didn't have any money. I was so broke. It was just between me and God. I got really creative. I got so creative. I'll just sit down. I know that money is made when value is exchanged. I sit down, I look at somebody, and I start asking myself, what can I do for this person that this person will give me money, right? Should I run errands? I'll just tell you, if I do this for you, will you give me money? If I help you make this
I
so calls,
remember, I remember when you were creating Google Form for some people and they
yeah,
were paying you. Yeah,
if you remember, I also worked as a cleaner in suit
true.
50. I was
Yes.
coming very
Yeah.
clean because I mean there were just so many opportunities. So at the end of the day, if you make compromise part of your option, that's when you're going to compromise. If you make it something that is not even part of the conversation, your mind is just going to be open to seeing opportunities where you can always, put yourself together.
Very true. Yeah. You already answered the question of how did you handle being broke. So you've answered that. Another
Yeah.
question some of our listeners and viewers want to know is how did you handle rejection as a young girl, telling them you can become financially secure, you can become financially stable. How were you able to handle rejection?
All right. So that's a very good question. So the thing is that number one, I don't take myself too seriously like some other people do, right? Let me even start from the beginning. I've been rejected a whole lot of times. even my family kind of like rejected me. So I don't even mind what's there, right? I don't take myself too seriously. Then I understand where the rejection is coming from. 9 out of 10 people reject you based on ignorance.
Mm.
9 out of 10. When people rejected us as kids, my entire family were like, they are girls' children. What do you want with them?
Mm.
Nobody, absolutely nobody told them that girl child
That
is going
girl
to be a
child.
20. If somebody had told them, just
Mm.
maybe would have not been rejected. So 9 out of 10 of the time, people reject you based on ignorance, right? When I
True.
show some opportunity that can change their life, do I know it can change their life? Yes, I do. But they say no. It means they don't know what I know. I cannot
Mm.
allow your ignorance affect me now. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't
Perfect.
make sense. It's like you're talking to a blind man. You're saying, Oga, this is the way. And the blind man is saying, I'd rather die. My
No.
brother, you will die. You will not.
Also,
So
also.
that's not where the rejection is coming from. It's coming out of a place of ignorance. So when you know that they don't know, you just know that. You just feel pity for
Mm.
them. You just take your head and walk away. Yeah, basically.
It's awesome that you had this understanding and knowledge while becoming. So a lot of us listening want to know, okay, just give us something that will take home, not take home per se, but that would say, okay, this is what we got from this live session. That
Yeah.
how do we, oh, you love her, right? Yes, we all love her. That's why we're having her on this live session. Okay, so what would you want to tell our viewers today? Like, okay, this is one thing that helped me, and this is one thing you should take on with.
All right. So that's a very good question. So if there's one thing I think everybody should have are big dreams.
Mm,
That's everybody should have. I remember when I was telling Ambassador Sam, my mentor, how I was
yeah.
going to be the richest black woman in the whole of Africa at the age
The
of
world
18.
is not ready for you at
At the age
all.
of 18. And because I started my business when I was 17. So I told him, don't worry, by 18,
Mm.
richest black man in the whole of Africa. Now, I was so serious about this goal. Literally wrote it down everywhere. And when I mentioned that, probably he knew that was never going to happen, but he didn't tell me, right? I think it was
Mm.
a bit
That was good.
that time. I'm like, look at this one. Do you know how much of power Winifred have? So here's the thing: just have big dreams, okay? Big dreams. Have dreams that are so bold. I've gone to make mouth. I told people I'm going to buy a private jet at 22. I don't even
Yes,
know how much
so
now. But I know that, I mean, the dream is big enough. So just have big dreams, guys. Now, when you have big dreams, another thing you have to be careful of are the kind of people you have around you. Very important. When you have
true.
a that you cannot actually share daring dreams with, you have a problem.
Mm.
God help
Mm.
me with people around my cycle. Imagine me telling Ambassador V that I want to be the youngest, richest person. She's going to be like, wow, amazing. She will never say no, you cannot. Why? Because she has the mindset of abundance. So what she
Mm.
wants is
Mm-hmm.
big, but have people that can also, accommodate your big dreams. They might not necessarily see the dream with you or dream the same way you are dreaming, but they don't push you down. They don't push you down, right? Now, God has blessed me with so many people around me who are like just big support. One of them was my uncle, the person I stayed with in Warri. He did not understand nothing about the business I was doing while I was always leaving the house and all of that. But I think one thing he did was to just accommodate me, right? When his colleagues are asking, what is she doing? He said,
Network has nothing on us this evening. Network has nothing on us this evening. Oh my goodness. I hope we get her back. I hope we get her back. So, like she was saying, you have to dream big. You have to dream big. Your environment might not look like it. Your financial status might not look like it, but the idea is dream big. Dream beyond your environment. Yes, dream beyond your environment. We're going to have her shortly back. I guess her network glitch, we all know what network is saying in Nigeria. Okay, so don't forget, no matter what your environment is saying, your financial status is saying, look at what you want to become. That's the idea. Dream, as in dream big, because people don't understand that we make our tomorrow. Is what you imagine, is what you visualize that comes to your future. What are you visualizing? What are you seeing of yourself? If you're seeing lack, if you're seeing need, if that's what you're seeing, trust me, your next 5 years you'll be in that same state. But if you're dreaming big, if you're dreaming beyond your environment, if you're dreaming beyond your financial status, if you're dreaming, I'm not saying you should dream and don't put in work. Oh, don't go and be a dreamer here. Even Joseph even put in work. You understand? Dream big, but also expose yourself to that's another thing again. Oh, you have to be conscious about your environment. Like I say, your environment will either make or mar you. I remember telling you guys my story in one life where I said I had to leave my comfort zone, which was my parents' place, to my family house here in Abuja. It was I didn't want to make that choice, but I had to. And I became a graduate who became a smoothie seller to become. I didn't remain a smoothie seller. I emerged from being a smoothie seller to where I am, to mentoring and coaching thousands of women, not just women, no, for the men here, but I am focused on women becoming financially secure. Man, please save this life for us to reward. Awesome, I'll do that. Yes, I'm reaching out to a lot of women who are, because you can become financially secure at a young age. A lot of girls, a lot of women, we've seen our mother, we've seen our aunties, we've seen women around us struggle to keep their family in a safe place, struggle to provide for their children. And that's why I'm very, very passionate about women becoming. I lost my father at a very young age, and it was just my mom taking care of myself and my siblings. And I knew firsthand from her how she struggled to provide. I went to one of the best private universities. But then again, seeing my mom struggle to take care of 6 of us and giving us the best, how she was in lack. Oh my goodness. I knew firsthand that, I needed to become, I needed to achieve more. I needed to help her so it was a no-brainer for me to become financially secure. So that's why I'm passionate about women. Women, are you hearing me? This is for you. And that is why we're having the growing woman, because we are in a process of growth. We get to a level, we continue to grow. A story about Miss Dominion testimony that same day she was launched. We are not done yet now. Exactly. She launched her car. Yes. Her car, a GLA 2016 model. Are we going to have Dominion here? Those around her, let me know. Just send me a message. Let me know if we're still going to have her coming. I know the network in the environment where she is quite low. But I'll be glad if I can get an information. Please send it to my MTN line for those who have that, please. Okay, someone was saying something. Oh, yes. Imagine a 20 years old launching her dream car. Oh, I'm sure she forgot to say this. The woman who made her break into her savings, who tried lying on her that she stole some of her goods, that's the same car Dominion launched. In short, a higher version. A higher version. Yes, a 2016 model. So imagine 4 years ago, 3 years ago. That means probably a 2010. So imagine Succeed, oh, success is the best revenge. No matter what you're going through, no matter what people are saying to you, no matter how they are laughing at you and how you're running your business, they don't understand your business, they don't understand your goal, they don't believe that you can become. Don't worry, be steadfast. Yes, be steadfast and keep at it. Be consistent, whether it's going well or not. Just stay there, stick to it. Trust me, your result is just by the corner. And the funny thing is that you don't know. The worst thing you can do is to quit. The idea is to be there, be consistent, keep grinding, keep grinding, keep grinding, keep grinding. And surely it might not be on this platform, but you might have a stage where you tell your story and impact lives and impact people, and they will know that, I have done it. So who should I mention now? Moyo has done this. I can also do this. Dominion has done this. Dominion at the age of 20. At the age of 20, what were you doing? You're eating your mother's food. So now you have seen a 20 years old who has beaten status quo, hustled, grinded, and became financially secured to the extent of building. Why is Dominion not here now? I want her to say this story herself. Okay, I'm back on live. Okay, awesome. Request on the live session so that we can have you. Request on the live session so that we can have you. She's active. Okay. Request on the live session so I can add you to. Just send a request. I'll see it. Send a request. As in, before she clocked 20, I don't want to say this part of her story. Where's Dominion? Come and tell us. Come and tell us. So we're just hammering about the car. It's not only car she did though. For you guys, doubting Thomas. It's not only car. She moved her family. Okay, she's here. Okay, awesome. Where are you? Yes. Accept. If I'm Yuba, go and have your story set. Then I'll invite you to my live session. All right. So I've accepted your. Awesome. Good to have you back. Back.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not your fault. It's network. Okay. So you're telling us few things people should take, but you didn't tell us some part of your story, so. You didn't tell us how you launched your car, moving Momsi from where she was to. Why would you tell us that once here?
Okay, so back to what I'm going to leave. Men, I haven't said you should have big dreams. I think one of the major misconception people have about success is that they think it's just ending our dreams. Hey, this is like number one. Dreams are now number two is to get in contact with mentorship. Number two. Number one is to have the dream. Number two is to get mentorship. Now, the problem with getting mentorship, in fact, you can even leave number one and go to number two, because when you have good mentors, they actually teach you to dream big, okay? So I think the first is mentorship, then coupled with your dreams that you have for yourself. Then number three is very, very important. You have to be willing to learn and implement. You have to be willing to learn and also put in the work. You have to be willing to learn. I'm not the only Ambassador V has mentored. There are so many persons who she started mentoring almost at the same time with me, but many of them are not making so much right now. It is because when it comes to implementing, I'm the person that I don't know anything. So anything you tell me, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it the way you say I should do it, and I'll come back to you with feedback. That is like a very good thing to be able to learn and be able to learn, and learn again from your mentors. Yes. All right. Okay. Then back to the story. Yeah, and of course, by the grace of God. I mean, we are nothing without God, basically. We are actually nothing without God. If
True.
God wants to bless, keep saying this, he shows that man an opportunity. For those of you that are here, I'm very sure you prayed this while you are here, because people who did not pray probably will not even see the reason they have to join this life. You are joining this life to get encouragement. You're joining this life because you're going to be exposed to an opportunity that can change your life. So it is all by the grace of God. Okay. All right. Then yeah, back to the story. So by the grace of God, when I started my mentorship journey, I was like 17 years of age. At 18, I was already making six figures in a month. I was already making 200, 300, 400,000 now, you know, six figures every month, and it was just amazing. Then at 19 of age last year, I was able to build a house for my mother in the city of Abuja. You know, no,
Awesome.
there's no help coming from somebody or somewhere. We're not sitting around hoping that people that don't have family problems to come and help us out. No, you know, we want it, we get it. In fact, what happened was that I actually wanted to move my mother out of the house where we were, because I didn't like the place at all. So I told her to look for a place, you know, where we could move into. And my mom said, okay. Now, my mom is somebody that, I mean, she'll not argue. She just said, okay, no problem. Then 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, nothing happened. I called her and I said, Mommy, if I come back Abuja, I'm not coming back to this house. So I'll go and lodge in a hotel. Look for a place. She said, okay, no problem. Till you come. Then one time I just got angry. I called my sister. I'm like, what's happening? Then she now called. She said, see, that she told God a long time ago that the day she will move out from this particular house, she's not entering into an apartment, that she's going to be moving into her own apartment. That she knows that there's no money, but no problem, she will wait. I said, wait, where? Hold on, just give me a minute. I asked her to go and look for how much it cost to build the house that she wanted. And by the grace of God, I was able to do that for her. It's one of my biggest joy to
In
do.
the city of Abuja, don't take that off the story.
That it is just one of, I'm so happy, you know, being able to help my mom in that manner. She said, Dominion, you have removed shame from my eyes. For so many years, we stayed in oldest tenants. We were the oldest tenants. People will come there 2 years, 3 years, they move out. 2 years, 3 years, they move out. For 14 years, we were living in that house. 14. Our last tired of us because our rent was not growing. He was just accommodating us, and we're owing the man so much house. Everybody, there was a time that my mother had an encounter with one of the neighbors. They had issues, and the lady called her winch. How many years you don't live for this company?
Oh my goodness.
So embarrassed. She entered inside the house, was just crying because there was no money to move out. She badly wanted to move out, but there was no way to do that. Right? But I was able to help her build her own house.
Thank God for grace.
Of Abuja, and that is just it. So if you are still wondering why you need to actually start getting mentorship that will give you, you know, the kind of lifestyle you need, think about the people around you. Just think about them for a minute. Think about them, right? Think about them. Are you able to give your parents those? Some of them literally paused their life just to help some of us go to school. They literally their dreams, all the things they were going to be and do, died the day they gave birth to some of us right here. Okay, it is selfish and wicked of you not to think of them when making decisions that can change your life and change theirs as well. My mother don't have to do the business. I am ready to do the business, make money and spoil her and take care of her, right? Okay. Then of course, I said it earlier. If you want to revenge, just go and get massive success. That's just massive success. There's the kind of success you thinking too much about your neighbor, right? You don't care what they say or what they don't say. It's not your problem anymore, right? Now, of God, I was able to buy my first car.
Yeah, her first car. Did you guys hear? Her first car.
My first, it's a learner sign on it because this I'm ever driving, and it was a car. It's a car that I love so much. I've seen this car and I've admired the car for a long time. In fact, the person I worked with was driving it. See, growing up, I didn't know Mercedes was a fine car. When they say Mercedes Benz in our head, it used to be that old Mercedes Benz. Then one day I saw this person who was coming out of a Mercedes Benz that was just sweet. The interior was. I fell in love, and that was the lady I worked for. In fact, I think that was why I was in that abusive relationship, because when I started working, I knew I had to stop working. You cannot be working with somebody and they are abusing you, they are physically abusing you. It's wrong. you know, they are hitting you, they are drawing your ears. It's wrong. It's wrong. I stop working. I didn't want to stop because this woman was the only person I know in my life that was able to buy a Mercedes Benz. I liked the car. I think I was doing me. I liked the car. But when I stopped working, she said, "Can anything good come out of this one? Can anything come out of this one?" Now, let me tell you something about that statement. That was not the first time I'm hearing it. We've had it before. My father's family literally told my mother, "Can anything good come out of this one?" Guys, I got angry. I did not get angry at anybody. I got angry at the situation that was causing us to all of this. I bought my car a CLA 250, a higher version, all expense paid in cash. It's not back and complete
in cash,
in cash, in real cash, in cash. And it was just so real. The day I bought the car, I was crying. I was just crying. I could not believe it. They literally said, "Can anything good come out of this one?" She said, "You will go and come back. I'm waiting for you." Hey!
Wow.
Go on, I'm never coming back. I was crying. Mr. Sam, Ambassador Sam, Ambassador, people were, "Why are you crying?" I'm like, "You don't understand. I know where I'm coming from. I know people I'm coming from. It is Toyota. If God wants to bless your case, the highest apple for Toyota. It is the highest. Buy a Toyota like 2 times, in case you don't understand what I'm talking about."
I know the relationship with the woman was not an awesome one, but I think it gave you a space to see what you can become.
Definitely.
Yes, and the good thing you did was to leave, because remaining there would have marred your future. Leaving there at the right time was just perfect. Awesome.
Right. My mom that day, I was crying. I was so emotional. I called and I'm like, "Hello, mommy." She said, "Hello, what's happened?" "Nothing." Mom said, "Waiting." Said, "Nothing." I said, "Mommy, I just buy my car." She said, "I make you Dominion in your eyes. Kneel down for ground. Start to thank God." She was
goodness.
She was excited. She was just praying. She was just speaking in tongues. She was excited. My mother has never driven before. She doesn't even know how to drive. Right? My father has never owned it before. But God is using it. No, guys. If God wants to bless, God gives that man an opportunity. That is just it.
And the funny thing is that the opportunity is right in front of you, but you have failed to open your eyes. Open your eyes. The growing woman is an opportunity. Take advantage of that. Okay, it was an awesome time having you on our screen. We're super excited to have had you. Oh my goodness, I do not want to end this live, right? Oh my God, it was an amazing story. Yes, a lot of us listening to this, you might not be where you want to be, but just be steadfast. Just keep on grinding. Just keep on grinding. Dream bigger than your situation, than your environment. You get, and trust me, with God by your side, you are surely unstoppable. Okay? All right. Thank you so much, Dominion. We're super excited to have had you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for everyone who listened. I hope you got value. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I'm sure they did.
Yes.
Awesome.
All right.
Awesome. Wow. That was an amazing. I do not want to end this like. Oh, okay. You are saying something.
All right. So for those of you who have an opportunity, more time, okay? The more time you are wasting, you are pushing your destiny further, okay? Don't do that to yourself, all right? Bless you. I'll see you all at the top. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Awesome. It was such an amazing session with Miss Dominion. I'm sure we all got value. I'm sure we all got value. I'm sure we all got value. Yes, it was value packed. It was value packed, value loaded. I can see that. Value loaded. I'm sure Dominion is trying to live this life, but she doesn't know how to. I'm sure, right? Don't worry, just stay tuned. Me, I don't even know how to take you off either. All right. So, guys, if you want to be part of the mentorship and coaching session of the Gain Growth Hub, just kindly go to the link in bio and click, 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 click. All right. Okay. So I'm so sorry. I have to come to the end of this live session, guys. Yes, it's been an amazing time. I'm sure you got value. I'm sure you are pushed to become more. I'm sure you've had a reason why you must stand up from where you are and decide to take your future by the hand. Because in the next 2 years, in the next 3 years, in the next 5 years, what would you tell yourself? What would you tell yourself? Would you say, had I known? I hope that will not be your story. You have to take a decision to become more. You have to take a decision to leave your comfort zone. You're an inspiration to me. Yes, awesome, awesome. She had a very an inspired story. Okay, hi Faith from Kenya. Good to have you here. It was an awesome session. I really do not want to end this live session with you. But if you want coaching and mentorship to become more, to become financially secured, all you need to do is go straight to the link in bio and click on either the secret or the growing woman. I'm very particular about women because if you can make one woman become financially secured, you have covered up for a family. Yes. If you can make one woman become financially secure, you've covered up for a family. And we all know what the girl child experience on a monthly basis, the kind of expenses we spend on ourselves to keep up. We all know that, right? I don't need to spell that out. So I'm very particular about women becoming financially secured, not just for their self, but also for their children, for their family, for their siblings, and for the world at large. All right. So I'm coming. What do I want to say now? I just don't want to end this live session, but I'm so sorry, guys. We've come to the end of today's live session. Till we see in our next session, don't forget to follow and stay tuned on this platform for more juicy information. So we're going to be having, don't worry, this is not even the right time to even introduce the growing woman. More information about the growing woman is coming for those who want to take advantage of it, all right? So stay tuned on the platform and follow us for more information. Bye, guys.